Hello everyone, today on this special camping edition of Guerilla Reviews, I figured it's only appropriate to cover the other ant in the Beast Wars line, Transmetal's Scavenger. Scavenger here has a rather interesting little story. See, he was originally intended to be the Transmetal version of Inferno, but due to that mold not selling too well, they still decided to put out the toy, but under the name of Scavenger, which still works. It's still a fire ant, a robotic fire ant, and tends to be actually more popular than the toy was originally molded after. Odd, don't you think? The fun thing about Scavenger is that he has some interesting articulation, even in the beast mode, because both of his feelers can be moved around due to the fact that they're on ball joints, the sole joints on the scolex, so they can be moved around. Each one of his legs is ball jointed and swivel jointed, so you can get some good poses out of him there. And well, this comes into play a little further in his tertiary vehicle mode. With these up, he can have his thorax up, rather interestingly, if that excites you. Speaking of his vehicle mode, let's get right down to it. First, we'll take the head, move it closer towards the thorax, revealing these drills, which, despite being on some rather interesting wheels, don't move all that much when they're, well, not on a surface such as this. On a very flat surface you can get them to move, but anyway, we will then move these parts out to reveal something like wheels. Set that part down. Then, well, you kind of have to fill with the legs to get something that looks right to you. I've seen the legs done in several different ways. I personally like it like this because it looks interesting to me, but feel free to move these parts like this or forwards like that. Any way you think will suit your taste. Another interesting point is that yes, these parts do come off, so you can kind of get different leg foot options, because you can have the feet like this, or like I have them, much more like that. Silly, I know, but hey, it's something. Anyway, let's move on to the robot mode. First, we will split open the front of the ant, which will be his arms. As creepy as that sounds, that's how it works. We will then split open the thorax, revealing majority of the robot mode, such as the body and the legs. We'll then fold this back. We'll get into some options with that a little bit. Fold the legs down, like so. Fold these in again. Yeah, you can do a couple options. You can leave the pop out thorax like that out, so we can have his thrusters if you want the Inferno homage. Well, something like that. Or you could have it up like this, so you can have those covered up. Anyway, we'll then move down and twist the arms. Fold the head up. And arrange the ant legs however you see fit. And there we are. Transmetal Scavenger in robot mode. Taking a quick look at his face, it is easy to see where they thought that this would work as Inferno, because that is one evil and psychotic looking mug, isn't it? But still, a very nice head. Nice evil grin there. Definitely give the Joker a run for his money. Anyway, moving on to the articulation, his head swivels. No real up and down movement. Well, unless you count that for the transformation. But he'll only be looking down, so that's not really that important. Hinge swivel joint for the upper shoulder. Hinge and swivel joint for the elbow. No hands, but again, the drills do rotate. Ball joints for the hips. Hinge joints on the knee and foot. And again, if you have these down, you could have these spinning. Not much, but it's something. That wraps up another Guerilla review. I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Transmetal Scavenger, and again I remind you all, free your mind, free your toys.